Okay, y'all. So this is my part two for the review of um Sinners, the movie Sinners. So I know in the first one, I wanted to go more in depth about the two characters, the two twins, who was the main characters. Well, it was a lot of main characters, but the two twins who was the main characters in the movie. So one of them was like more into like making money, and I feel like the other one was more on board. He was more of like the protector. Okay, their names was Stacks and damn, I can't remember the other name, but it was played by one character though. He played both of these characters. So um Snacks, because they both look like a motherfucking snack to me. But anyway, Stacks and Smokes, right? So one of the characters was I think Stacks was the one that was the one who was like the one that was more like business minded and into like making money, gambling and all that or whatever. So and the other one name was Smoke. He was more like the protector. He was the one that had protect the other twin. Stacks was the younger twin and Smoke I think was the older twin. Um but I'll have to rewatch the movie again because I only watched it one time. But yeah, but like in the movie they was talking about like how Smoke had to protect the younger one, had to protect the younger one because the younger one was getting like beat by the father and stuff. So he ended up, handling that situation with his father or whatever. But yeah, that was that. But, they was very, very close, like throughout the whole movie. Like even when one of the brothers had got turned into the vampire and when it came time to like kill him or whatever, he would not kill his brother. Like he was just like, damn, like I can't kill his brother. But his brother was like really trying to turn him over to their side for real. But he was just like, um, no. But one of the brothers was dealing with the white girl or the mixed girl or whatever. She was mixed, but she was, she could pass. So they ended up putting her in a situation where she could pass here. I think that was Stack's lover. So he was the one who like really loved this girl or whatever like that. Like she just couldn't like understand like why he wasn't like with her. Like she wanted to be with him, but she didn't realize that he was putting her in a better situation by marrying her off to, a rich white man so fucking where, where her life could be better instead of like being attached to him where, you know, he just felt like he couldn't like give her what she needed at the time and I feel like he wanted to give her the best or whatever the case may be. So the twins was raised by this girl mother, Murray. So Murray mother had passed away. So, she was tripping on him like, why y'all ain't coming to the funeral or whatever to come and see my brother and stuff like, I mean, my mother and stuff like that. But they had, already paid their respects and, they already, cut it up with the mother while the mother was alive or whatever. So that was that. But, she still was in love with the guy or whatever. And she wanted to be with him and not with this rich man that he had paired her up with, and stuff like that. But he was basically telling her like, I love you. Like me and my brother would go to war for you. Like we would do anything for you. Like if anything ever happened to you or anything like that, like we would go killing motherfuckers. Like he literally said that to her or whatever. But he did love her though. But he just couldn't like. I felt like he just couldn't give her the love that he wanted in the other way. Now Smoke, that's the other brother here. He's like completely opposite from his twin brother. Okay, they was identical twins by the way, but he's completely opposite in personality. So his story was that he had a child. Okay, and the child had passed away. I guess like during childbirth or probably like a little bit after the child was born, maybe something like that. But he had a baby with this girl. I can't remember her damn name or whatever, but the girl that he was in love with, she was into like witchcraft, voodoo, like a lot of spiritual work. So she was more like spiritual shit. So like when him and his brother used to go cutting up and skip town and go do a whole bunch of reckless ass shit or whatever. She used to be the one that was putting protection spells over the brothers, making sure that they was good or whatever and stuff like that. So she was like real heavy into like being connected with the ancestors in that way, and heavy root work and protection spells and stuff like that. So she was on point with all that. So when everybody started turning into vampires, or when the vampires came into play, because that's supposed to be something mythical that nobody really knows shit about, right? Especially during this time frame of when the movie had actually started. So it was like, damn, this shit is new. Like, what the fuck is these, right? People just looking at them like they was just demons, but she said they was demons, but she was like they was vampires. Like, she the one that had got everybody ready. Like, when she knew, because she knew all about it, everybody else was lost. They didn't know what the fuck they was coming after them or whatever. But she had them all ready, like, had the garlic ready. She like, y'all gotta have garlic. Y'all gotta make sure you have some steaks so you can push it through that heart. Like, she was just giving everybody like the rundown on how to like protect themselves so the vampires, so that they can like, so they can keep themselves alive, okay, throughout the night or whatever. Um, the scene where the brother Smokes had seen Stacks. I hope I'm not mixing their names up, but y'all know the deal, okay? The scene where the brother saw the other brother get bit by the vampire, okay? He went inside the room, and Murray got bit by the vampire, I told y'all, because she wanted to go out and investigate and shit and go talk to the vampire. Like, she begged the guy, like, let me go out there and talk to him and see what they got, and let's see what they can offer or whatever the case may be, like that. Like, but them people didn't really belong in the little club joint where they was at, right? Like, they was really out of place. You feel me? Like, they was really out of place for real. But she came back, turned him. They was in like this little room or whatever. They was supposed to be getting it in. And then, she ended up biting him. So when he walked inside the room, she seen him, she seen Murray as the vampire biting his brother, okay? And yo instantly like shot the shit out of Murray, like literally to protect his brother, because mind you, he was always the protector. So then when he seen that shit, the blood gushing out of her, out the brother and all that, oh my goodness, I felt that scene. Like, he just could not handle it. And I felt like he was like literally beating himself up inside, because he felt like he could not protect the brother. Like, he felt like he should have been there to protect the brother. Even like Sammy, the one of the characters that was in the movie, he actually was like he actually you know blamed himself too, because he seen them in there, but he didn't stop it because he thought that they was just getting it in or whatever. So he could have stopped them from getting turned. But at the end of the movie, like, the brothers still couldn't kill each other. So one of the brothers had, they just he couldn't kill him. So, he ended up walking away with his life or whatever the case may be. But, that just goes to show like how deep like twin bonds are. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned for a part 3, because I'm going to talk about some other characters in the movie that I feel like need to be mentioned or whatever.